All right, today we have Andy with his 6th place Floowandereeze deck profile.
Oh yeah, so played Floowandereeze. This deck is a very, very funny deck. Everyone hates playing against it, and I hated playing against it. And I picked it up, became the thing I hated. So yeah, I'll show you what I played. I did pretty decently. All of my losses, I could have just played better. My hands were good enough for me to play, but I really played badly. I could have played better.
Let's get started with that deck profile then.
So, I play 3 Rabina. This is your combo starter. It gets you every bird in your deck, every small bird. So it searches for lower and it summons again. So it gives you more normals. All of them give you more normals, all of them add back. So this one gives you your big birds, 7 or higher. You just play these because they're your main birds. And then I play the other birds, 1 and 1. Some people play 2, I play 1 because it's not that good about DPE. So yeah, and this adds back. This gets you back your M pen if you ever lose it.
It's just your personal preference on like
Yes.
1 stride and 1 toucan.
Yes. Some people play 2 street. So yeah, this is something up for debate. And then my big birds, I play 1 of each. Some people play 2 M pen. I play 1 because these bricks. Sometimes I missed it because like if you don't have a big bird, you can't Eaglin. Eaglin has to search. All these have to do the first effect to do the normal summon. So you have to search. And yeah, sometimes I had 3 in my hand and it kind of sucked. But these bricks so hard that I just like 1 of each. And Rise of Broken, you loop them twice, it's crazy. And then play the Bear statue that says you can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! You can only summon wins. One thing is Lily can summon. And then win PK.
Yeah, you didn't know she was a win?
Yeah. So you can just summon Lily.
Yeah,
Didn't come
sick,
up,
right?
but you know, yeah.
It happens.
It does happen sometimes. And then, of course, hand trap. So, 3 shifter. This stops like mostly every deck except this deck. It
Should be
stops
everyone.
Scroll. Yeah. You stop Scroll, stops Baylor, stops Ogre. Cards that have to in graveyard, it stops. So, yeah. Pretty good. Probably the best card. Ban this shit. It's too good. And then, other hand traps. So, I play a Ghost Spell because it hits Callback Grave. This might go, I don't know, this, testing it, these 2, broken. It hits Despia, it hits a lot of things.
It hits a lot of graveyard related decks,
And
right?
then like, it hits Branded Red. This doesn't hit Branded Red if they have Branded Lost. So yeah, it's just, and it's Wing Beast, you can search this for Rabina. That is a very cool interaction.
Let's go.
And then more hand traps that, so this Ash actually hits every deck in the format. The best card in the game, probably. And these cards can just be discarded. They work under Shifter.
Yep, not hitting graveyard.
Yeah, and this doesn't work under Shifter, but I mean, they don't have graveyard anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And now, of course, your pots. So 3 duality, of course. You can't special them, but it doesn't matter. And then the spicy pots. We have 3 extra, 1 gold, 2 common extra, because we can't afford prosperity. But
This one says no prosperity, but he's still
no
top.
prosperity.
Yep.
I sort of missed it because if you don't draw a bird with your first 2, you'll be very sad. Prosperity gives you 6. You don't need the card advantage, you just need the bird.
I agree.
So yeah, and prosperity also gets you hand traps if you draw them. So if you side them, it helps. This is a card advantage, but it has to be used during the start of main phase 1. So if you duality into this, you can't use it, but prosperity you can use. So there's ups and downs to each. This card is like $2, prosperity is $100, so you know we save $300 just by not having prosperity. And then with things to dodge, Imperm and Veiler, we play this. This card, you banish a bird's cost, and then you search a field spell or a bird. This can get you M pen if you need it, and it gets you a field spell if you need it. If I used this at the beginning of my last game, it would have been very cool. But
Do you like to add the field spell through this card anyway?
sometimes you do. It hasn't come up, but yeah, it really is cool that you can add the field spell.
So it's usually a combo starter for you?
It uses to dodge things if you can. So like if you summon Rabina, and they like Veiler you or Imperm you, you can use this to dodge it because it won't be on the field. That's pretty cool. And then Book of Moon. This protects your barrier statue and it stops Veiler and Imperm.
It also serves the same purpose as that quick play, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It just dodge stuff, and this protects your barrier statue. So you can book their normal summon to protect your barrier statue, and that's very cool. And then Saki one-ofs. Okay, we got the callby and this, and then Terraform. So callby Rave stops every hand trap except Gamma and Imperm. This card, very good in the mirror. I haven't played the mirror yet, but this card says you contribute one of their cards, any card, and then 1 monster you control. And the second effect is you could put cards back to draw. This card can out Mystic Mine. It is your main deck out to mine. It's actually so crazy that you can do that. If you play this, summon a card, tribute their mine and your card, summon your Big Bird. And terraforming to search out your fill spells. So we play the 1 mine because I don't have 2 mine. I only have 1 mine. So we play 1 mine. If you play that, it's very sacky. Game 1, they don't have an out, they lose. I deck someone out with Mystic Mine. Mr. Kieran here, you know that guy? We decked him out, it's pretty cool. And then the fill spell. You show them a bird and then you banish a bird. This is the best combo starter because it chain blocks Ash and it gets you more birds. So if you open Urbina, you can get Eaglin and then you can get this instead of that. So we can show you that later.
Also gives you an extra normal summon if need be.
This is additional normal.
Yeah.
So you can have more normals. And then the last card, of course, is the 1 trap that lets you summon on their turn. And then the second effect is you can banish it when you tribute summon a summoner higher to book eclipse their stuff, which it does come up sometimes. Yeah, this card says your turn is our turn. This is our game. These some communism type beat right here. Extra deck, you will not touch this extra deck. I play Extravagant, so I actually don't even touch this. But so yeah, we just have it just in case. I play extra so I can't even choose advantage, so I have this card lets you attack directly, which helps you make Zeus. And then we have Downer to give Zeus 2 effects, because you have 2 birds under it, and then this would be like 2 effective Zeuses. So it will come sometimes, but you rarely use extra decks. And then we have the Charmers just in case. It barely comes up, but yeah, so this is water because you have Urbina's water and Street's water. You have wind because they have winds, and then dark because you can sometimes take the DP. It usually never comes up, but you know, we have it. And of course the 2 Zeus, the Zeus package right here. Zeus is a good card. This one up, this is that 1. I've never made it. I've never made any card in the extra deck here, but you know, I have it just in case. It's just there to be pretty and be banished. And then some link monsters that you might play. This could come up if you want to like troll them. So this thing about Yu-Gi-Oh! If you ever put a card in your main monster zone, you always want to put it to the farthest right you can, because your opponent can steal from every zone except the farthest zone to your right. So you're right here, because this cannot steal it. You see, these touch these 4 zones. But it's actually very important. If you ever have monster you want to protect, you put it in the rightmost zone. So it's very, very important to know. And then these they never came up, and I've never used an extra deck here. It's there to be banished. Now the side deck, Token Collector. I could replace this. It's funny. It stops Adventure. I didn't side in this game. I'm playing Sword Soul. Sword Soul might be a hard matchup. I don't know. I played one against Sword Soul. Lost to that, but I didn't lose that today. And then Raigeki, because Raigeki can clear a board. It clears boards like Sword Soul if you can bait their Baron, and it clears boards like Floowandereeze because you can just Raigeki them. And I have one of it because Saki one-ofs are very funny. This card, just hiding against a mirror, or any cards that you just want to just give advantage out of. You just tribute their stuff and you get so much advantage off of this. And then Duster, same reason, it's just Stone Trap Destruction, very good in this format. And now I play Twin Twister because people side in Lancia against me sometimes, and this card against Floowandereeze, Twin Twister hurts so much because if you play against Floowandereeze, you just draw phase. If you draw phase Twin Twister, you hit these 2 because you know they have this. They cannot do anything. This has to be during the main phase, and this has to be during your main phase. So if you just Twin Twister when you draw phase, they can't play in your turn. Your turn is now your turn. So it's really crazy. If you Duster them, they can chain this, and then you can still play their combo. They can rise with you once at least, or put an Apex down. So it's really something that comes up. Twin Twister is very crazy. And then thanks to outboards, I have 3 Dark Ruler and more. If they have a board, you just play this, make your board. You can rise with them like twice, and then their board's gone. And then evenly, I don't have more. I would play more if I had more, but I have 1 Circuit Break First Dead. I didn't get to use it today because of I didn't draw it. Unlucky.
Weren't able to sack it?
Yeah. I would play more if I had more. And then these German Featherstorm. I didn't draw today. Didn't use it. And then Anti-Spell. This card is so good because some people don't know that it is until their next turn. So you set it. If you set a card, you can't use it during your opponent's turn. Like if you flip this and they set a card, they can't use it during your turn. You have to wait until their next turn, which some people don't know about, which is very important that comes up. So yeah, Anti-Spell, very good card. Stops Branded, stops Striker, stops Pendulum. And then this card just says no monster effect. If you have You play this, it negates any monster they activate.
So if you have a wing beast, you're able to use it.
If you have a harpy, you're able to use it in your hand.
What does that say?
Yeah, I don't play harpy harpist. Some people play it. I don't. I've never liked it. Every time I drew it, I didn't like it, and every time I just banished it. It just never gets used.
What would you take off for the two other evenly?
Yeah.
What would you take off for the other two evenly?
Evenly, I mean, this, I could cut one Dark Ruler, because, yeah, I can cut Dark Ruler evenly, and then maybe this, but I like this, so maybe just two evenly. Very good
Ever
card.
thought of 2 token collector, or was the 1 token collector enough for you?
It didn't come up today, so
No.
we'll see. It's, because if you use this, you can't actually, so if you use a bird effect, you can't actually token collector, because the birds say you cannot, especially on the turn you use their effect. So if you bird, you can't use this. Which, yeah, it does come up. So yeah, basic combo for this deck. The very most basic combo. Everyone knows Rabina is a 1-card combo. You have
Pretty much,
Rabina,
because normal summon, and if it isn't negated, you get
yeah,
to
if
go
they
off.
don't stop your Rabina, you just have your full board. If you have an additional card like any, your Field Star or Eaglin, you get your Bear Statue as well. Because if you just have Rabina, you just Rabina, get Eaglin, summon Eaglin effect, get your M-Pen, then you just tribute this 1, 2, add this to your hand, because whenever something is normal, a winged beast, you add them to your hand, and then effect resolve, you add this and you summon another card if you have it. If any extender, you can get your Bearer Statue. Like this card is an extender. Anything that can help you just have 2 cards, you can get your Bearer Statue. Even if you don't have this though, you can do it on their turn. You can literally just set this, the next turn you just play this, boom, add this back, add this Bearer Statue. Effect. You can add Ryza, you can choose to Ryza them, or you can choose to Bear Statue them, depending on how it feels. This is just 1 card, just a single Rabina. It's crazy.
Nonetheless, you get to go off, regardless of actual normal summon or Floowandereeze field spell effect. Nonetheless, you have a normal summon to go off of, and you get to combo whenever you want.
Yeah, so basically this deck just, if you go first, it's very hard to play against. If you go second, you just have to pray you draw Shifter, or the board sucks. I have decent hand draws. I have like, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 hand traps. That's like 1/4 of the deck. Doable. And of course the 1 mine. So I have like maybe 10 going second cards. It's pretty good. So yeah, the consistency. If you have prosperities, it would be more consistent. But today, I actually could have won the games I lost if I just played myself better. I have the hands I needed to make it work. So yeah, pretty cool. Very
Well,
standard
thank you
deck.
for the profile. Are there any shoutouts in particular that you want to make?
Oh, my good sir Kevin behind the camera here recording. And my good sir is right here, who shit on me with his Sword Soul deck. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Alright guys, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll check y'all later.